I remember.
What's the line?
I'm not going to say
okay.
it. Come see the play.
Okay.
Trust me, Viola's saying it. But I remember his smile. And that's what I remember. And I remember his size, but I remember his smile. That's what I remember about the play. And I remember, interestingly enough, Courtney Vance. It's just maybe because I was younger and I related to him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, there's a whole father-son thing there. At that point, you were the son.
Again, that's the great thing about a great play is, you know, when people say, well, what do you want people to get from it? I say it depends upon what they bring to it. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what it was for me, that part of the relationship. And there's something there for everybody. That's
definitely.
for sure.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. And you have a son in real life who plays football.
Yeah, professional football player, yeah.
So Courtney Vance well, he plays the son who's trying to be a.
Yeah.
But there's so much about the play that has that kind of depth. But there's also, I mean, I don't know how to ask this question, but are there ever any things where you feel like you don't feel comfortable saying them, or you don't feel comfortable going there?
Well, I think what Viola was saying, yeah, there's probably a few places like that, but that's what you got to work through, and that's, you know, as I was telling Kenny today, you know, without going into my own past, I don't like yelling because I was around it. And I've seen the dark side of it, so I don't like it. People yell, I move away. But
you got to yell.
Well, you know, it's not yell, just yelling.
No, but there's a lot of rage in that play.
Yeah. So
I mean, there's a tremendous amount of rage.
Yes, it is. And somehow you relate to that too.
I do.
I kind of got good to it, didn't it? There's a tremendous amount of rage. Something you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, it's really about me.
But see, that's what's great.
No, it is.
That's what's great.
Yeah.
That's what's great.
No, I think it's. I was really blown away by it when I reread it because I had never seen it.
Oh, okay, you never seen it.
I've never seen it, and you'd never seen it either.
I saw it once about 16 years ago because a boyfriend of mine was in it, so I saw it like 4 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And who did he play?
He played Lions.
I see.
And it held up.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. His work just always holds up. And it wasn't a particularly fabulous production, but it was still great because of August.
Right.
You know, that's a mark of a great writer.
Right. And I read somewhere that for movies, like for instance for Doubt, that you did a whole diary, or that you wrote a whole sort of volumes about what the character's backstory was. Do you do that do you do this or with this play? Do you do the same kind of exercise where you sort of try to examine?
Well, I do, because I need to be honest. I just feel like people come to the theater to have an experience. It's like a friend of mine, a college professor, said that she ran into a woman while she was jogging, and this woman, she probably didn't even finish high school or whatever. They got into a discussion, and the woman found out that my college professor was in the theater, and she said, oh my God, I used to love the theater, I loved it. But she said, I stopped going because I felt like every time I left the theater, I felt like someone had died, you know? Like my child had died. I felt just like horrible, nothing, whatever. And she said, you know, I'm not very educated, but I just feel like when I go to the theater, I should feel the same way I do when I go to church. That's what she said. And I feel like when people come to the theater that they need to have kind of a divine experience. You can only have a divine experience if you recognize aspects of yourself that maybe you can't reveal, you know? And I feel like I owe it to the character to be as emotionally naked as possible, and I can only do that if I know them inside and out. So I start writing about everything. You know, I just start writing. Now, it doesn't always work. But that's what I do.
When you say everything, is it just what you imagine their life, their past, their likes, their dislikes, everything?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What my marriage is, how I met Troy, you know, what I don't like about him, what I love about him, this is what we do every day, this is what bores me, like stuff like that.
That's great. And do you do this as well?
Can I read yours?
Yeah.
Do you do this?
No, I don't bother with that stuff. I'm just a closet comedian. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I don't bother with that stuff. I just check to see if my trailer's big enough, and you know, I got my 25 assistants out there. They learn the lines for me. I don't do nothing. I just sit there and sit back, wait till opening night, and you know, I'll crash and try to learn everything the night before, and just go out there.
Good.
No,
You just want to be mysterious about your process.
Yeah, you know, I'll figure it out. I'll learn as I go along. No, you know, yes, I do that, and in fact, a film. Well, I did it before that, but working with Ed Zwick on a film called Glory. He had everybody write. Yeah, good film.
Great film.
He had everybody
write.
He had everybody write journals. In fact, there's a scene in the film around a campfire that's really based on our journals. When most of us, at least my character, it was all just making it up, or it was based on my journals. And when I directed The Great Debaters, and Antoine Fisher, but The Great Debaters, I asked the young actors to write journals. I said, you know, and Nate Parker, a brilliant young actor, and Journey Smollett, they came in with volumes.
Great.
You know, and you don't know where it's going to lead you.
Yeah,
you
right.
just start, you just let go, and you know. Yeah.
How do different audiences affect the performances? Do different audiences have a different, you know, you were saying sometimes you think you're funny, sometimes you think you're not. I always think, what role does the audience play in the performance on any given?
And I know you've been through, we've all been through it, where you're like, they're just sitting on their hands as dead, you know, but they may be, they really.
Yeah, they could be just as interested as the audience that's laughing out loud and that's very responsive, because, you know, people don't understand is that the audience is the last part of the collaboration. Just like the actor, just like the director, you come with whatever you come with, like Denzel said. And so who knows what they're coming with? Some come with their arms crossed because they auditioned for the role.
You know she got my part. She up there. I did a play on Broadway 22 years ago called Checkmates. And in the play,
that was great.
all three of y'all came. No, we ran for 6 months. But in the play, I was sort of an abusive. I slapped my wife and she pulls a gun. And I would like do like this. So I slapped my wife, she pulls a gun, and somebody said, shoot him, shoot him. And I had to like turn up stage because I was laughing, but that woman was in the play. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead serious. She was there because she wasn't looking for no joke. She was like, shoot him, shoot that mother. I was like, boy, I wanted to stop, baby. Where you been, baby? But so that's the beautiful thing about it, man. It takes every last person. It's everybody.
Because I would think with Fences, people would talk to the play.
I hope not.
Because there's, you know, I would think people would have a real reaction to it.
Yeah.
It's just, no, it's good.
Yeah. And again, you never know. Sometimes it's that quiet audience that, you know, sometimes it's the boisterous audience, and we're affected by it. You're affected by how many people stand up at the end or don't. And it could be one night and it just seems dead and everybody stands up. It could be another night, it seems like everybody's having a great time and nobody stands up. You just don't know. It's a living thing. It's a lot.
That's amazing.
I think that, you know, not to pat ourselves on the back or any young actor, I think that being on the stage, the amount of training we have had, you know, Sidney Poitier, I was very fortunate. In fact, he came no, I talked to him before that, but I think it was when we came to Soldier's Play. And he said, you're good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
wow.
I got a part in a movie in 1986. I called it The Nigga They Couldn't Kill. Oh. Yeah, he was supposed to be, he raped a white woman, and they tried to electrocute him, but it didn't work. And he became sort of a cult hero. No, not that one. That was the other awful one. But and then they tried to hang him, and they tried to do all this stuff. And I had a lot of training day in me, and it was